So Fusion 360, this is the software we're going to be using to create our DICE project. I'm going to be showing you how to use the software in this video. And let's just see what happens. So let's open it up. It's opening up at the moment. Now, this is what the software looks like when you open it up. So after you sign in and everything, so you're going to make sure you download this software, and after it's downloaded, this is what's going to be opening up. This is going to look like this page right here. So in this corner we have our little square. I shows you different views. So you got front view right here, you got right view, you got top view, you got a little house right here, and I'll explain that more later on. Basically, I don't want to overwhelm you with information. However, we got create sketch here. So to begin our DICE project, the very first thing we need to do is click on create sketch. And you will notice what happens when we click on create sketch is that we got different views here. And what we have is a bottom plane, so different planes. So you've got a bottom plane, you got a front plane, and you got a left side plane. And if you actually go to our little square up here, a little rectangle, square, whatever you want to call it, if you rotate this around, you'll be able to see the different views and different angles. So yes, that's what we've got so far. So what we want to do for our project is our DICE project. We want to create it on the bottom plane. So we can create projects on whatever plane we want to create our projects on. But what we're going to be doing for this project is creating it on the bottom plane. So we'll click on that one, and this is what happens. So at the moment we are now sketching on the very bottom plane. And what you'll notice is we've got different tools up here. We've got different create tools. So it says create, and it's got a line tool, it's got a square tool, a circle tool, this kind of other kind of tool. I'm not going to explain that. It's going to be too complex. Don't worry about that at the moment. But basically we've also got a mirror tool, and that mirrors an object. So if we create something and then mirror it, it will do the same thing on the other side. If you actually click on this down arrow, you'll be able to see rectangle, circle, arc. So we actually have arcs as well. You can create arcs. Pentagon, apparently, polygon, you can create polygons. Ellipses. So not a circle, but an ellipse. So basically, like an oval shape. And yes, a lot more you can do with it, but let's not overwhelm you. For our DICE project, we need to go to the square one, the rectangle. So if we click on the rectangle, you can see it highlights in blue. And what you got is you got this little triangle right here. Not triangle, what am I saying, triangle? You got this little cross, that's the word, cross. And what you can do is you can put it right in the center right here. So the center right here, you can see it's when it's in the center, it kind of highlights it, or whatever you want to call it, in blue. You've got a little rectangle, you know that's in the center. If you're not in the center, it's not like that. So we want it in the center, and we can just drag it out, and you can see we've got dimensions here now. So the dimensions, what we want to do for our DICE project is 20 by 20. It doesn't have to be 20 by 20, but you can decide your own dimensions if you want to make it a bit bigger or a bit smaller. But I'm going to do 20 by 20. So 20, if I type in 20 on the keyboard and then go tab, so there should be a tab button on the keyboard. If I press tab, it's going to jump to the next one, and I can write in 20. And then I can press enter, and I've got my little square here now. So you can see the measurements, the dimensions are on the side here, 20 by 20. Now if I want to change one of them dimensions, I can click on it and I can change that. So if I want to change that to 30 perhaps, you can change that to 30. So I want to change it back to 20, I'll change it back to 20. So that's 20 by 20 at the moment. Now what we've got up here is finish sketch. So if I click on finish sketch, this is what I've got now. So I can look at it from different angles. You can see it's on the bottom plane at the moment, and that's what it looks like at the moment. Now we've got different tools up here. So now it's just a two-dimensional shape. We want it to create a three-dimensional shape. So we've got a tool up here called extrude, and when we use this tool, it kind of extrudes up, it adds depth. So it adds length, width, and height. So if we click on this one right here, you've got other tools in here, but I'm not going to explain them at the moment because that would be too much too much information. So let's just click on extrude. And it's going to highlight it automatically in blue. And now we can extrude it up and create a three-dimensional shape. So this is the measurement right here. It says 0 millimeters at the moment. You got other information over here. Oh, that's the same thing over here. So it says, don't worry too much about this information. If I explain too much of this, it's going to be too confusing. So let's just worry about the extruding it up at the moment. So if I write in 20, because I made it 20 by 20, so if I write in 20, it's going to be a cube that is 20 by 20 by 20. So 20 lengths, widths, and height. Press enter, and I've got a nice little cube here. And that's what I've got. A nice little cube. Now that wasn't too complex, I don't think. Hopefully didn't find it too complex to do that. Now what we can do with our cube is we want to create a dice project, a die. So to do that, of course, we have to have holes in our die. At the moment, it's just a cube. It's not a dice at the moment because, of course, we need numbers on it to display different numbers for our die. So what we can do to draw on different parts of our cube, we can go on to create sketch again. So if we click on create sketch, we can actually select whatever surface we want to draw on. So if I click on the left side, I can draw on the left side. If I click on the front, I can draw on the front. If I click on the top, I can draw on the top. And you can see when I highlight over it, it shades in that kind of grayish color, and you know that's the plane that we're going to be drawing on. So I reckon what we're going to do is draw on the front plane first. So you can see that I've got the front here. This is the front. You can also see that it's a front when you look over in this corner right here that says front. Now, if I click on that, it comes up like this. And you know drawing on the front plane because I just clicked on it and it actually says front here as well. So I know that's where I'm drawing now, where I'm drawing on this object. So I've got different tools up here again. Remember how I was talking about the tools. We want a circle tool because of course our die is going to be, the numbers are going to be in a circle and it's going to display how many we want. Let's do the 1 to begin with. So if I click on the circle, and there might be a center point already if we just go straight to the center, or I might not click on the center. Just put it roughly wherever in the center and we can dimension it later. So if I put it roughly in the center about here and I drag it out, now I can put in a dimension for the circle. So if I put in 3, for example, it's going to be 3 millimeters with the, I think it's the diameter, yes, the diameter of the circle, 3 millimeters. I can make it 5 perhaps. You can do whatever size you want for your holes, but I'll make mine 3. I don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to be too small either. So I'll make mine 3. Now I've got this right now. Now it's not dimensioned in the center yet. It has to be dimensioned in the center, otherwise it'll look a bit dodgy. So to do that, I need to find my sketch dimension tool. Now on yours, it might already be up here. It could be up here already. It would say sketch dimension. Mine's all the way down here for some reason, and I can't seem to drag it up here, so I don't know why that's happening. But so I can select sketch dimension, and it comes up with this little arrow right here, these little arrows, and what I can do is now I can dimension my circle where I want it to dimension it to. So if I click on the center of the circle, so the center, don't click on the outside, click on the center, so right here. So if you want to perhaps zoom in, you can do that with your mouse using the rolly thingamajig. I don't know what else to call it, but so yeah. So if we click on the center and then click on the outside here, so you can see that I clicked on the center just then, and now I can click on the outside line here, this line or this line. I'm going to click on this line first and then drag it out, and you can see it's at the moment it's 10.16. Now of course our die is 20 by 20 by 20, so we want half of 20, which is 10. So 10.13 is not half, so we want to put in 10 here, and that's going to center it that way. However, we're not done yet because we've only centered it one way. We haven't centered it the other way. So we need to go back to our dimension tool. Now you can also select D on your keyboard and we'll also bring up the dimension tool. So if you want to just select on D, it will come up straight away. Or you can find it in here and you can do it that way as well. So if I click on the center again, and I want to do, I did this way before, now I want to do it the other way. and I can do that right here, and it's already at 10, but I'm just going to put 10 in anyway. So 10 by 10. So this circle is at 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters, and it's in the very, very center. So that's all dimensioned now, and if I press on finish sketch, that will finish the sketch, and now I can extrude cut it. And when I say extrude cut, I mean I'm going to create a hole inside my dice. So that's the same tool as before, the extrude tool up here, this extrude tool. Now, the extrude tool can extrude things up, and it could also cut things as well. So if we press on the extrude and press on the center of our circle, we can actually put in negative instead of positive. So if we put in negative in front and then put negative perhaps 3, it's going to extrude cut the circle. It's going to extrude cut it inside the shape. So negative 3 perhaps, or negative 5, or how deep you want your hole to be. It doesn't matter too much. I'll go negative 3 because I think that'll be the perfect, that'll probably be the perfect depth. So negative 3, and you can see I'm actually on extrude cut here as well. It actually says cut down here. If we look at this, it's going to say there's join, there's cut, there's new body. We want cut, of course. It's already on cut because we put a negative in. So let's press OK, and we've got our hole in our die right there. That's our first hole. That's our one. So another thing is you got this little square up here. Remember, if you press on the house, it's going to take you back to an isometric view. Now, what an isometric view is basically a view where you can see the front view, the top view, and the right side view. You can see that all in the same image, and it's kind of just easier to view. And yes, brilliant. So now what we want to do is we want to create our other holes in the dice, because there's more than that in the dice. We need the 1, we need the 4, we need the 6, we need all the other numbers. So what we need to do that is the exact same process. We need to go to create sketch, and let's create on the top now. Let's do our 4 on the top. So if I create that on the top, so you know I'm drawing on the top, it says top here. If I go to circle tool again, and now I'll do my 4. So if I drag this out and type in 3, and then get another one and type in 3, get another one, type in 3, and then get another one and type in 3 again. So this is what I've got at the moment, but it's not dimensioned yet. I need to make sure to dimension it. So like I said, if you press D on your keyboard, it will bring up the dimension tool. You don't have to find it in here. So I'll show you. So you can't see it, but if I press D on the keyboard, you can see I just pressed D and it came up with the dimension tool right here. And what I can do now is I can press on the center of the circle, and I can press on the outside line here and drag it up. And you can see it's at 5 at the moment, which is good. We want 5, but I'll just type in 5 anyway. It says 5.0000745. I'm just going to type in 5 to make it exactly 5, even though it probably wouldn't matter that much. But now I'm going to dimension it the other way. So I've dimensioned it this way, now I'm going to dimension it this way. Drag it out, it's already at 5, that's alright. Okay, 4.99999, I'll put in 5, done. So now this one is dimensioned at 5 by 5, and now I need all of them dimensioned at the exact same. So I need to do the rest of them now. So this one, now, of course, if your dice is not 20 by 20, it's going to be different dimensions for you. Mine is 20 by 20, so it's obviously going to be 5 millimeters by 5 millimeters, and the center is going to be 10 by 10 because I've got it at 20 by 20. If yours was different size, if yours was 30, it might be a little bit different. If yours was 40, of course, we don't want it too big because we need to 3D print a whole bunch of these, and it's going to take a long time. The bigger the project, the longer it takes to 3D print. So what we've got now is we've got the 4, 5 by 5, 5 by 5, 5 by 5, and we've got finished sketch. Remember, we've got finished sketch up here, finished sketch, and we've got the 4 up there now, but we haven't extrude cut it yet. So now we have to extrude cut. So if I grab this extrude tool here, and I press on this one, this one, this one, and this one, I've highlighted them all now, and now I need to type in negative and 3. So there we go. We've got the 4 and the 1 here. Okay, so now I'll do the 5 on the left side. So if I click on create sketch, and if I rotate this around, so I need to click on this to rotate my project around, and I can rotate wherever I want to rotate when I click on that. So if I rotate to the left, I can now click on that plane, on that surface, and start drawing on the left side. Now I've got this up. What I want to do is a circle again, and I'm doing my 5. So I need to do a circle here, 3. I need another circle, 3. I need another one. And I think you're starting to get the idea. And I need one in the center, of course, because oh, whoops, 5. I accidentally put 5. That's all right. 3. Okay, so now if I dimension all of these to the correct dimensions, now they should mostly be the correct dimensions, but I'll still do it anyway just in case some of them are a bit off. Now the center, remember the center is 10 by 10, so let's do the 10 by 10. Okay, so this is what I've got. Now if I finish the sketch, because it's all dimensioned, it's going to look like this, and this is our 5. Now what I need to do is extrude it, extrude cut them again, just like the other ones, extrude, click on all of the shapes, all of the circles, and write -3. So now I've got the 1, I've got the 4, and I've got the 5. I'll show you how to do the 6, and I think you can figure out the rest for yourself perhaps, hopefully. So what I need to do is I need to go to create sketch, and I want to do the 6 on the bottom, so I'll click the bottom, and I'll do my 6. So I need the circle, and I need to create 6 circles, because of course we're creating our 6 at the moment, so we need 6 of them. So now I've done that, I can go to my dimension tool again. So remember to press D on your keyboard or find the dimension tool. It's up to you how you do it. I can now go back to the center, and I can click on this one right here, and I'll probably make it 5. So I'll make all of these 5, and I'll probably make this one a bit less, so I'll make that one 4. So there's enough room for all of them. So I'll make this one 5 as well. And I'll make this one in the center. So I'll put this one at, oh, wrong way, whoops, the wrong way. I need to do it the other way. So if you accidentally do it the wrong way, it will say the dimension is already defined. So we just don't worry about that. So go back to my dimension tool and do that again, and do it the correct way this time. This way, and then we press, I'll put in 10 for that. Put that in the center, and then I need to do this one, and I'll make this one 4 as well. And also make sure that is 5. Okay, so what I just did on that side, I'll do the exact same on the other side. So I've got it at 5mm, so all of them are 5mm from the edge. All of these are 5mm, and I've got 4 here for this one, 4 for this one, and 10 for this one. So I need to make these sides the exact same. And now I've got my 6 right here. And if I go finish sketch, because I'm happy with it now, and go to extrude, and click on all of them and type in -3, because my depth for all of them is -3. And now I've got a 6. So now I've got a 1, a 4, a 5, and a 6. Now I still have to do my 2. I still have to do my 2 and my 3. That's alright. I think you'll be able to figure out the rest for yourself, hopefully. I'll quickly do them and I'll just speed it up. Okay, and I have my little dice right now. Okay, brilliant. That's my dice right there. Brilliant. Now, what I'm also going to show you is how to fillet edges as well. So, what I mean by fillet is creating a nice little fillet on the side, so a little, what do you call it? A fillet, I don't even know what else. Rounded edge, that's the word, rounded edge. And you can also do more, you don't have to do a fillet. You also got chamfer as well, so a chamfer is basically a flatter edge, so it's like a bevel. How do I explain it? It looks like that pretty much, what you can see in that image right there. You've got other tools as well. Don't worry too much about all of that other stuff, but let's go fillet. And what we can do if we click on fillet is we can click on each of the edges, every single edge. If we go fillet and click on all of them, oh, that's not what I wanted, unclick that. Now I've done that side, I need to do the other side still. So I haven't selected these ones yet. Okay, so now I've got them all selected, and now I can put my fillet in right here. And if I want a 1mm fillet, it will look like that. If I want a 2mm fillet, it will be a bit much. I don't know, it's up to you how much you want to fillet your edges. Don't make it too much, otherwise it would just look a bit stupid. But it's up to you how you want to do it, I guess. I'll do 1. I think 1 looks pretty good, maybe 1.5 even. Yeah, 1.5 looks nice to me. I'll go okay with 1.5. And this is my little dice project here now. And we can see that looks pretty nice. So if I go back to home, this is the isometric view of the image. Okay, so we have our dice project done now, but we also have to look at saving it. So how we save it is we have to go to File right here. File, no, actually go to Save actually, we'll do Save. But if you go to this Show Data panel though, what you'll see is you'll have different folders. You need to create a folder in the admin folder and call it Digital Tech 2024. So if you go into your admin folder and go to New Folder and create a folder called Digital Tech 2024 and then save this project into that folder. So if I go Save, it's going to come up like this, and if I call it Dice Project, and then I need to find the folder I want to save it into, so location, click the arrow down. Now it might be down here like this. If it's down here like this, you have to drag it up, so you have to actually click on this and drag it up. And it's a bit annoying, but yes. So I can see this now. I have to click on my Digital Tech folder, so admin folder, Digital Tech 2024, or I can just create it straight away, but that's fine. However you want to do it. So I should have a project, and I've already done a dice project already, so I've already saved it in there. I've actually done more than one, because just playing around with it. But dice project, dice project tutorial, yes, and just press save, and you can just call yours dice project. It's all good, and save, and done.